welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Supercharger Friends. And what does that mean? So basically, Supercharger Friends, I've made a ton of friends at Superchargers. And it is pretty neat. You have to admit, it's pretty neat. You go to charge your car and then you make a friend. This is my second take on this video because my first take, I was about to do my video and I figured, you know what? I'm just going to sit back and chill because one of my friends is going to show up. And sure enough, this shows up. Well, literally not going to believe this. So, I was just recording a video, I just started it about, you know what? Supercharger Friends. Now this is a P3D with the plus, okay, with the plus. So it is just one of those cool buddies of mine that I keep running into. I call him by multiple different names, but because we're making a video, I'm gonna be very nice and not call him by anything. I'll let him introduce himself. So come on in. This is my buddy.
Hey, Marlo here.
Marlo. So Marlo and I, we met at the Surrey Supercharger, right? We did. And
Daily.
Almost daily. Now the neat thing about this is we never ever knew when the other one's coming. It just happened.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the neat things. You meet a ton of people at Superchargers and eventually you become friends with them and eventually you start talking with them and
Learn things.
Absolutely. So you get to really sharing your experiences. There's a lot of people that come up to you and ask you questions, and if you know the answers, you can answer those questions. I myself, I'm still learning a little bit more about the Model 3s, but he, for example, you've helped a lot of people with your Model 3.
Well, I've seen a lot of items listed on the University of YouTube, all the Tesla channels, including your own, and some quick little DIY things like popping the trunk open and front open and releasing the pressure on the front hood, make it soft, many things. And there was one yesterday I was told, I didn't know how to tell how many superchargers were available at any supercharger station, such as here or Tualatin Mills. So
right.
An individual named Harm. You probably
yes, I have.
He showed me. So every day, it's almost I learn something and pass on the information.
And that's one of the beautiful things about Superchargers. You actually, all of the things you learn, a lot of stuff. Look, I make these videos and I test these cars and I test all these things, but it doesn't mean I know everything. So I learn a lot of things. I learn a lot of things from people who are here, who I have a chance to talk to, and they learn a lot of things from me. You pass on that information because basically this is what the Tesla community is all about. It always has been. It's only getting better though. The more cars we're seeing, we keep running into all these new owners, and there's nothing more fun than watching a new owner pull up because you can almost instantly tell. You and I have done this a lot of times where we're like, yeah, that's a new owner, and sure enough, we run into a lot of them where it's like, yeah, I picked it up on Saturday. You know, you're talking like 2-3 days difference, or the previous night,
or they'll come up to you and say, excuse me, I just got my car. Could you show me how I'm supposed to plug this in?
Right. It's amazing to me how many people are you know, you buy the car, the first place almost everybody goes to is going to be a supercharger. They want to plug it in. That I think it's almost like a rite of passage when it comes to Tesla. You want to be able to plug it into a supercharger, and it does happen. It's amazing how many times I've seen it. I know how many times you've seen it, but to me, that's the fun part about doing both YouTube, having a Tesla, is these charging stations. You make a lot of friends. You get to know a lot of people, and you get to learn from each other. You get to teach people. I think it's a very unique scenario because normally you would have this in car clubs, right? I remember back in the day, I used to drive be part of the Mustang club, and I know, don't.
Camaro.
He's a Camaro guy. So I used to be part of the Mustang club. I used to be part of the BMW club, and all the times that we met up, it was always the conversations. But when it comes to Tesla, it's almost like I wouldn't say a daily occurrence. Well, maybe in your case because you're retired, so you're always here. But it's not a daily occurrence.
I have a life.
He has a life. Yeah. He also has a wife. So, you know, he has to make sure that he's in check.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Coming from a guy who's married, I'm happy that my wife is not keeping me in check. But I think that's kind of the very important part, having, doing this, going down, sharing your knowledge, helping out other people. But frankly, Tesla does not do the best job at explaining the information, and frankly, the Tesla YouTube page is okay at best. So with a lot of the new owners have very limited knowledge right off the get-go, so it takes time to get to know the cars. Superchargers, I think, are one of the best places to learn about your car, learn about, especially learning from the people who have them, right? So it's really, really interesting. But yeah, Supercharger Friends, I love it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's unlike anything else. The closest thing I think it is definitely a car club.
Well, I enjoy coming in, especially if I recognize somebody, because immediately they're out of their cars. To watch out for those idle times. I've been burned a few times.
Yeah,
but I'm learning.
Idle times. Be extra careful, people. It's a really, really easy way to rack up a bill without even realizing it. And that is kind of a side effect of your of a Supercharger Friends, isn't it?
Yeah, being a socialite. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to socialize so much. It's really easy to forget about, you know, especially me. I know for me, I end up leaving my phone in my car, and so if I get into a conversation with somebody, I completely, utterly forget that, well, the notification's coming through. That's why I started wearing my watch, because now it buzzes me here. But yeah, it's really easy. Luckily for me, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot and say I've never gone past the time, so I've never had to pay a penny in idle fees. I'm probably just jinxed myself right now. So hello. All right. Do you recommend people going to Superchargers and just mingling?
Well, absolutely. As you say, it's the social aspect. You get to learn things without. You're helping them all the time, and they're helping. Well, you've helped me.
Yeah, I've helped you.
Let's talk about the parallel parking. I didn't know I had that feature.
Yeah, so he's one of the first people that I've had a ton of fun with regards to the self parking. Now, it took me about a month and a little bit to convince him to finally do his parallel parking. By the way, he just showed me the picture that he did it. So, congratulations.
Well, as I said, on my street there's no parallel parking, so the opportunity didn't present itself until, as I told you, yesterday.
And you've been driving for a long time, so for you, parallel parking is kind of it's a second nature, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I was wanting the car to do it all on its own.
Well, right, you paid for it. You have the
impressed.
option, might as well use it.
I was totally impressed, and didn't curb the wheels. Not that I do.
Didn't curb the wheels. All right, with all that said, I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more of this type of videos, let me know in the comments below. I know he's gonna push the thumbs up on this video. More than likely he's gonna be watching this. He actually is one of the first ones to give these videos a thumbs up, so I need you guys to beat him to it. All right, with that said, as always, drive safe. Bye bye.